Well, here's a juicy question. Is life happening to you, or are you happening to life? Is life happening to you, or are you happening to life? And of course, there's lots of stuff in life that happens to us and we have no control over it. But bear with me, because this question, this wonderful magic of words, reminds us of something really powerful, and that is you do have an ability to bring to life, to broadcast to life, to imprint upon life what it is that you desire, long for, yearn for, and are choosing for yourself. And the way you do that is asking yourself really smart questions to get clear on what you really want, and then you channel all of your energy and your focus onto that, and that message is happening to life. It is you happening to life. It is you interacting with life energetically in a way that will support you to create the kind of life that you want. And as we come close to the end of a year, I want you to think about this. The end of the year is like closing the chapter inside the storybook of your life. It's like turning the last page in a chapter, and you're about to enter the dawn of a new year, which is the beginning of a new chapter of the story of your life. And it is a natural portal, a time where every aspect of you and your beingness and society goes through this transition change process, where in every way, in every which way, you probably feel it inside of you, mentally, emotionally, physically, energetically, spiritually, in terms of where you are and what you're doing. You are closing out the year and you are preparing to begin a new year. So use this portal to your advantage. Be really intentional about it, and let's get you zazzed up and jazzed up about what you really want to create your life to be as we enter this new chapter ahead. So I'm going to be giving you powerful questions that you can be asking yourself to walk forward into January with that level of empowerment and clarity.
You're listening to Practical Spirituality with B, the podcast with spiritual advice for your everyday life, helping you align with your soul so you can live with purpose, fulfillment, and magic. I'm Bernadette Logue. You can call me B, and I'm excited to share this episode with you.
Okay, so we're going to go through 3 questions to help you frame up an empowered new year ahead for you. Okay, and these 3 questions come from one of my trainings, my goal setting and action planning soul aligned training. So I'm going to give those to you. I'm also then going to help you with some suggested tactical things that are useful for prompting and unfolding action that will make this real for you in the new year, keep you on track with some really basic things that people tend to struggle with. And it's very practical and tangible, okay? So grab a pen and paper. But before we go through these things, I want to share with you this quote. And Aaron and I, my husband, were talking on the beach one day, and he quoted this to me, and he said he thought it came from Michael D'Amico Rowland, who we had loved the materials and the teachings of many, many years ago. I can't find the quote online, so I can't verify that. So if anyone knows who this quote comes from, you can tell me, you can reach out. But the quote goes something like this: put the key in the lock and the door will open. Put the key in the lock and the door will open. And what we're talking about here, the key is the questions. The key is smart questions. Put the key in the lock being the challenge, the what you want, the doorway you want to walk through, the pathway forward. We need to ask smart questions. And if you put smart questions, the key, in the lock of the door will open. Meaning ask smart questions about the thing, the doorway, the challenge, the confusion, the goal, the dream, whatever it is, and the door will open, the pathway will open for you, life will unfold the path for you. Put the key in the lock and the door will open. Ask smart questions about what it is that you're doing, where you're going, what you want, what you're struggling with, and the pathway will unfold. Smart questions are very powerful. Sometimes all we need to do to pivot profoundly inside our life situation, to create our life to be different, to be the way that would light us up, is to just simply, very simply, ask better questions. Having gone through mentoring, hiring my own mentors to mentor me, and having mentored other people, I know from both sides of the equation how profoundly transformative it is when you ask smart, better questions. And so that's why I love when we talk about creating your life, is starting with different kinds of questions to unlock a different kind of understanding. And I know that this is important to be talking about because I was then afterwards reading a book, and in the book there was a fable, and the fable talked about a key and putting the key into a door to open the door, and behind the door was the truth. And again, it was the symbolism of the key to open the door to see the truth, and the key being the questions, the looking at things differently, the being willing to change perspective, to look beyond what you see now, to open your mind in order to see the truth. And as I've said many times recently, because I'm obsessed about it, the truth shall set you free. So, on that basis, here are the 3 questions, then I'm going to break it down for you, then we're going to go tactical. You want to create your life in the new year to be bigger, better, more magical, more peaceful, more abundant, more whatever it is that you want for the year ahead, okay? Here are 3 questions to ensure that you are prompted into an empowered new year. They're very simple. Okay, number 1, who do you want to be in the world? Who do you want to be in the world? Question 2, how do you want to feel in the world? How do you want to feel in the world? Question 3, what do you want to do in the world? What do you want to do in the world? Notice we're not asking questions that generate crusty, dusty, old New Year's resolutions that no one is motivated by and soon end up in a bottom drawer in a journal that you never look at it again. These are big, big, big existential questions. They're so awesome. They want to bend your mind, blow your mind, make you go, whoa, I need to take a moment to think about that. Yes, that's right, because you are important and your energy is powerful and time is precious. So if we're going to think about what you want for your life and an empowered new year, why not go to town on it and do it in a big way? Okay? And I want to put this in context of the core of my teachings and what I'm here to support you with, which is you are a soul and you are incarnated on the planet right now for a very good reason. You are here for a reason because your soul has a plan and a purpose for being here. If that was not the case, you would not be here. And it is a beautiful plan and a beautiful purpose. It's multi-layered. And as we move through the years of our lives, we want to be connected to that. That is the big macro spiritual universal level that we're operating from. Is I know I'm a soul, I'm here with plan and purpose. Now, in this chapter of that story, because from A to Z, birth to death, the whole thing is the storybook of your life, is your soul journey, playing out through all the decades of your life and your career and your relationships and your money situation and your beliefs, your inner challenges, your outer challenges, your longings and yearnings and gifts and talents. All of that's your soul journey playing out. Okay? If you need more information on that or that interests you, look at earlier podcasts, go to my website, bernadettelogue.com, and grab the book, Your Soul Journey Simplified, and that will give you everything you need in one big download, okay, on that topic. But that is the storybook, and when we talk about setting an intention for the new year and using powerful questions to create a new year ahead. Remember, it's a new chapter inside the storybook. So now we go down to the micro level. So number one, when we say, who do you want to be in the world? This is an opportunity for you to vision the highest potential of who you are. If you are completely liberated and you are able to let your imagination run wild, who are you being in the world when you are at your fullest? When there is nothing chaining you down, there is nothing holding you back, there is nothing in your way, you do not have any fears, you are lit up. Who do you want to be in the world? In that vision, close your eyes and really vision it. Where would you be? What would you look like? What are you wearing? What physical space are you in? What is the expression on your face? Who are you surrounded by? How are you behaving? How are you talking? What are you saying? How are you carrying yourself? You are tuning the dial to the frequency of your highest potential, what I call your infinite self. When you are in your absolute soul-aligned self, your infinite self, what does that look like? And so you're saying, who do I want to be in the world? Well, you get to choose. You can be that fullest vision or you can be some other version of it, whatever you want, but I want you to attune to it. And then here is the thing. Your job is to match yourself to that. Oh, well, that version of me, who I want to be in the world, is holding themselves this way, is behaving this way, is doing things this way, is choosing these things. Great. That's a focus. That's a very clear intention, a very clear focus, and a very clear set of tangible things that you can tune yourself into and take action on as you go into a new chapter of your life. It is not going to happen one day out there in the future. It is waiting for you, and there is no future. There's only today, and then tomorrow will arrive and it will be today. And then the next month will arrive and it will be now, and so on and so forth. So there isn't a time in the future when all of a sudden that version of you is going to pop out of nowhere and greet you. You are going to embody it, and you're going to embody it now. So you just say to yourself, how do I be a match for that now? What would help me be a match to that now? Just think really practically and tangibly. Who do I want to be in the world? Okay, now we go to number 2. How do I want to feel in the world? And I want you to zone in on what are the 1 or 2 most important feelings. Because some people will say to me, without a shadow of a doubt, I want to feel peaceful. And other people will say, without a shadow of a doubt, I want to feel excited and enthusiastic. So you tune into what the feeling is that you want to have, okay? And then the way you channel your energy for this is you put yourself into visualizations where you generate that feeling inside your body and you expand that feeling, okay? You are an energy field, and you have the ability through focusing your mind on certain memories, images, through playing music, through remembering things that make you joyous and happy, through putting yourself in your mind's eye in certain situations and environments, you have the ability to turn on certain feelings inside yourself. And those feelings inside yourself, when you're able to conjure them, so say you want to be peaceful, you imagine yourself in a really peaceful environment you love. Say you want to feel really joyous, you focus on things that bring you a sense of happiness and joy and gratitude. You want to feel motivated, you play music and let it motivate and move your energy and your frequency into a sense of motivation. When you're in that, you need to remember that you're a physical body sitting there visualizing, but you're an energy field. And so the feelings are vibrating off you and emanating off you, and they are expanding your energy field. The more you conjure good feelings, and the more you hold those feelings, 5, 10, 20, 30, 60 seconds, the stronger that signal of energy is that is coming off of you, out of you, and connecting with and happening to life. Okay, so that is, we've got who do I want to be in the world, and seeing that highest potential and who that person would be and how they would be, and tuning into that and then beginning to match it. Number 2, how do I want to feel in the world? Go inside and visualize putting yourself in any environment, situation. You can use music if you want to put yourself into that feeling state and hold it and expand it. And you can imagine expanding that energy into the room you're in, into the building you're in, beyond the building to the town you're in, expanding that good feeling energy out across your whole country, across the whole planet. You are being like a radio broadcast tower, sending your signal out to life. And at the moment, here's what life is hearing. Oh, they're really clear on who they choose to be. And they're really clear on what that looks like, walks like, talks like, dresses like, and does, and where they put themselves and who they surround themselves with. Very clear. Okay, that's life saying, I've got it. I hear you. And then you're broadcasting this beautiful feeling signal. You've chosen how you want to feel, and you are proactively generating that feeling. And life is like, oh, I got that message. I received that broadcast signal. That's a very clear signal, very clear feeling frequency, very clear that you are happening to life and you are choosing to be this way and to feel this way. And then the third one is, what do I want to do in the world? Who do I want to be? How do I want to feel? And what do I want to do in the world? And when we talk about what you want to do in the world, you can go as big picture or as micro detail as you want, but let your intuition guide you, because it might come up that you want a career change, or you might want to go on sabbatical, or you might want to grow a garden, or you might want to write a book, or you might want to start a family, or you might want to whatever. Get a new haircut. You might want to get a new fitness routine. You might want to do something philanthropic. You might want to whatever. Travel the world. What do you want to do in the world? And then when you zone in on that, you start to say, what is the next most obvious step for me to move in that direction? You're making it tangible. And because you take tangible steps, life is over there going, oh, I'm really clear on what they want. They've told me who they want to be. They've told me how they want to feel, and they're showing me what they want to do. And you know what happens in life when you show up with clear intention, because you've answered the 3 questions and you're activating them by matching yourself to who you want to be, by putting yourself in the feeling state and expanding your energy with that signal, and by taking action towards the things you want to do in the world. Life is an energy field, and it just constantly responds to you. And so when you show up with those 3 things clear, and you are in action, in alignment with those 3 things, then life is simply mirroring it back to you, opening the pathways for you, putting in your path the things, people, and situations that resonate at that frequency. And it looks like signs, synchronicities, miracles, blessings, right people, right time. And it doesn't mean there aren't challenges, but what it means is you are in your flow and you are in alignment with what is most important to you. You are showing up soul first, mind, body following. Life is seeing you do that, saying you're being that, you're feeling that, and you're doing that. And it's like, gotcha. Now I'm going to match up. And that is how you channel and funnel and focus your free will to choose, and your intention and your focus to pour your energy into what matters to you. And we'll talk about why that's important in a moment, because what happens when you don't do that. And because you're channeling and focusing all your energy on what matters to you, that is the garden you're growing. It's like you've got a garden hose and you're watering the garden. Instead of just spraying it all over the place in a scattered way, you have chosen to plant seeds, and you are watering those seeds, and you are doing it in a very deliberate and very focused way. So super powerful. So here are some tactical tips to help you. When you've done that, and by the way, if you're interested in something more structured where you want help with this, you can visit me at my website, Bernadette Logue, Logue.com. You can email me, support@bernadettelogue.com. I am taking clients for a New Year coaching package. Depending on what's available at the time this podcast is out, I'll let you know availability, but I'm taking 5 people for a December-January coaching package, where over the December holiday season, if you love soul-nourishing rituals, soul-nourishing activities, alongside whatever you're doing in that festive season, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to give those clients my goal-setting action planning workshop. I'm going to give them my confidence workshop, and I'm going to give them my empowerment series. And that is to support you to actually very structured, step-by-step, using a guide and videos, do this whole exercise. And then in January, we're going to work together one-on-one. We're going to do a whole month together. I'm going to give you intensive support, me with you, weekly Zoom calls, video calls, face-to-face, and a whole month of unlimited email coaching to support you to implement everything. So those 3 big picture questions, you answer them. Now, if you want to do this on your own, here are some tactical tips for you. Number 1, aside from all of that, as you enter a new chapter of your life, meaning the new year, define your core needs really clearly. And what I mean by core needs is what is essential for you in daily life to stay balanced and steady and healthy throughout the year. And without these things, you get off track. Okay? I call them life anchors because they anchor you and they keep you steady. Is it that you need to make sure that you're moving your body? Is it that you need to make sure you're getting enough sleep? Is it to make sure that you're getting the right nutrition? Is it to make sure that you have time out and silence and solitude because that's what you need to be processing and calming yourself? Is it that you need to do your yoga X number of times a week? Is it that you need to remember to do your diaphragmatic breathing to support your nervous system? Is it that you need to make sure that you have social time so you have connection and joy in your life because you've been too isolated? What are your defined core needs that must be like a foundation upon which you're doing everything else? Okay, that's the first tactical tip. Second is be very precise with your priorities. And what I mean by that is this. You've said, who do I want to be in the world? You've said how you want to feel in the world, and you've said what you want to do in the world. Well, underneath that comes defined goals. And then those goals get turned into action plans. But when you define a goal, here's what's really important. It's possible to do those 3 questions and then write down 50 things you're going to make as your priority. And if that's the case, good luck, because it's too much. You get overwhelmed, you get scattered, it doesn't work, you give up because nothing seems to be getting any time or attention. And it just doesn't work. So you want to be really, really precise with your priorities about what is mission critical. What are the things that are absolutely essential for you to be that person in the world, feel that way in the world, and do those things in the world for this coming chapter. And only the mission critical, precise priorities get your focus and attention. Why? Because we know if you get distracted into a whole lot of other things, nothing is going to be aligned. Nothing will be done in a way that you feel good about it, because you're human and you've only got so much fuel in your tank every day, and you've only got so many hours in the day. The third tactical tip is this: get really good at exercising a clear yes and no to yourself, to other people, and to life in general. Because when you choose who you want to be, how you want to feel, and what you want to do in the world, and you go out into the world, there's still all the demands and all the obligations and all the people at you and all the things that are coming your way and all of life stuff. And you have to learn how to say no and set boundaries and drop the good to focus on the great. And sometimes the person you need to exercise a clear yes and no with is yourself. If you are tending sometimes to lead yourself astray, okay? And then the last tactical tip is this: simplify, simplify, simplify. Most people don't get traction and forward momentum in their life because they are overwhelmed, overstimulated, and scattered. There's just too much. They're consuming too much information. They're trying to do too many things. There's not enough space. There's not enough focus. So you want to stop. If you're overwhelmed, scattered, overstimulated, stop. Drop into your heart and refocus. Who do I want to be? How do I want to feel? And what do I want to do? And then get rid of everything that is not that, if we're just being really simple and blunt about it. Okay, so this has been like a rapid fire download of some really big things to help you frame an empowered opening to a new chapter, being the new year, so that you can intentionally create your life. Your energy is very powerful, and your energy is your spiritual consciousness energy, right? Your non-physical. It is your beliefs and your thoughts and your feelings. Those are all energy frequencies that you're constantly giving off, coming off you like a radio station, sending out signals. Your physical body is energy. Your choices, your behavior, your words, and your actions are all energy. And so you can take that big ball of energy, that big totality of your energy, and if you focus it really specifically with intention on what you choose, and you stay focused in that direction, that energy message to life is you happening to life, not life happening to you. I hope this has inspired you to think about this awesome, what I call portal, the portal ahead as you close out the chapter of this year and open the new chapter of the new year in the story of your life, which is your soul journey. If you need more help, number one, go to my website, Bernadette Logue, Logue.com. You can grab my book if you want to learn more about the bigger picture of your soul journey and your purpose, understanding your purpose. Exercises in there to help you identify it. Very powerful. So you can grab the book, Your Soul Journey Simplified. If you want to journey alongside me and have all the support to understand your soul journey and align with your soul from A to Z, you can look at the Soul Odyssey program. That's open for enrollment. It's really awesome. It's got all the things actually that you need to do this kind of exercise, but way so much more, like so deep, so comprehensive. It's amazing. So you can go to BernadetteLogue.com and click on program. It is a great time at the end of the year or the beginning of a new year to join that, because it really sets you with this beautiful support system and foundation and structure that will just guide you step by step. Like you just follow along with the steps, and I'm there alongside you the whole way. The third way is if there are still spaces left, you can email me to check availability, support@BernadetteLogue.com to join the private coaching that is happening in January, where I'll work with you privately, and you'll be getting my online resources to help you do this whole exercise for soul-aligned goal setting and action planning, boosting your confidence and empowerment to help you implement it all. So it's been a pleasure to be here with you. If you have any other questions, you know where to find me, and I'm looking forward to seeing you again soon for the next episode.
Thanks for listening to Practical Spirituality with B. I'll talk to you next episode for more spiritual advice for your everyday life, helping you align with your soul so you can live with purpose, fulfillment, and magic.